this beautiful Friday, holiday Friday. 1 second, let me get my Meerkat peeps in here, bring this up. So we are also streaming on Meerkat. If you're not familiar with Meerkat, it is a live streaming app that is becoming very, very popular. Links directly in with your Twitter feed. So there we go. So basically, you can go live anywhere you want, and it will notify your Twitter following. So really, really great tool. And what I wanted to talk about today was, it's a common comment. It's not even so much a question. It's a common comment that I get when I'm giving keynotes, when I'm speaking to private groups, or when I'm just working with a client. And that is, how do I make time to actually engage in social media marketing? How do I make time out of my busy day, stop doing what I'm doing in business to actually market my own business on social media? And I tell people all the time, we care about three things. And that is the health and well-being of your family, time, and money. So when I can actually do something like, I would pay Starbucks $20 to bring me my coffee rather than having to go get it. So I value my time more than I value my money. So you value your precious time in day-to-day business activity because it makes you money. And if you're doing something distracting, you're going to lose money with doing so. Social media is not that. Now, it's very easy to get on YouTube and just get distracted with funny videos. If you're into action sports, you can watch action sports videos all day long. That is wasting time through social media. It's easy to get on Facebook and just start scrolling through people's photos. That is wasting time on social media. But when you can actually do something that helps you build your net worth, grow your revenues through social media, that is certainly not a waste of time. So the first tip I always give my clients or my audience that I'm speaking to is audit what you do during the day. Find out what you do. I mean, I literally, if you look at my phone, which is being preoccupied with Meerkat, and again, if you don't know what Meerkat is, check it out. My phone has my calendar on it. I can scroll down through it. You will literally find 5-minute gaps in between my meetings. I literally, if I say I'm going to be there at 1 o'clock, I don't get there at 12:30. I get there at 12:55 or 1 o'clock because I have my day so refined. I've trimmed all the fat. There is literally no downtime. And a lot of that is filled with, I'm a social media marketing company, so we filled a lot with social media. But if you're a tax man or a lawyer or a massage therapist, you're doing things during the day that you don't realize you're doing. That is wasting time. I want you to audit your day. So for literally for 2 days. If you can do it for a week, do it for a week. If you can only do it for 1 day, do it for 1 day. But what I've seen work the best is for 2 days. Look at your schedule. A lot of people don't use a schedule. I want you to literally write out on a piece of paper or a notepad in 15-minute increments what you're doing. And you'll start to see that, oh, I literally watched a 15-minute YouTube video about the Vogue fashion show, whatever it is. You're doing a lot of things that waste time. Trim that out. If you find yourself at lunch, whether you go to lunch by yourself, you're sitting at your desk, it's usually 15 to 30 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour-long lunch. You can multitask. So I was literally sitting here eating a salad before I went on air with this. And through that, I pushed out a couple more promotions for the Hey Luke show. I scheduled a couple things that I needed to do next week. I'm maximizing all of my time. So how can I fit social media marketing into my day? One of the best ways to do it is to literally find all of the wasteful tasks that you are currently doing and figure out how to either get rid of those or supplement them with something like social media. So a great way to supplement it would be, you watch, let's say you're a big The Voice fan. Okay, so you're watching The Voice in the evenings, and guess what? The television commercials come on, or it's a vocal show, so you don't necessarily always have to be staring right at it. There's a lot of time there. I don't know if they're 30 minutes or an hour, but that's literally time that is If you didn't have the voice, would you die? Absolutely not. If you didn't have your job or your business, would you die? You might come close. So you can be distracted with the voice by doing social media. You don't always have to be so entranced by what's on television. You can be picking your phone up, engaging with people on your social media platforms. If you posted something that afternoon, jump back in during that primetime television time and see who's commented on those statuses. If you did something big that day, if we go on a film shoot, I might post it that evening or schedule it that evening to post the next day while I'm watching something on television. You can audit what you're doing. That's the biggest thing. It comes down to, let's say you're out of shape, you make a New Year's resolution, man, I really want to get in shape this year. Something Jeff and I are actually in the process of doing right now. Guess what? We didn't add another hour to the day. There's still 24 hours in a day. We still do the same tasks at work. We still manage a growing team at Impact Marketing. We didn't make more time. What we did was we carved out some things that we didn't necessarily have to do to make time for our health, to make time for our family, to make time for church. You make time to watch Sunday football. It's the same thing. Where can you make more time to engage in social media? And here's why. For those that did just hop in or just hopped in on Meerkat, we don't have a lot of people on Meerkat because it is a new platform. So I want to push this because it's not just for me. This is for any business. And if you like celebrities or other businesses, if you're a big fan of ESPN, they stream on this. This is a live streaming app. So just how most of you are probably sitting at your computer or on your iPad, you can also watch us on the go with this. So I have a couple people on here right now that have gotten up with the times quicker than others, and they're watching us live from Meerkat. So if you're, and there is Jason Adams, one of our speakers at the Evolve Conference, just hopped on Meerkat. If you're not on Meerkat, it's a really, really cool platform. It's free. It's Meerkat, M-E-E-R-K-A-T, and it links directly through Facebook. Definitely something that you could use for your business. If you have a personality like my good friend Jason Adams, he's someone that could talk for hours and people would be interested in what he had to say. It's something you could use to broadcast your content. So how can you make time during the day for your social media activities? For those who just hopped in, we're talking about auditing your day. What is the dumb shit that you are doing that you don't need to be doing? You don't have to watch that 15-minute video that does not bring you value. Now you're sitting here, those of you that are watching are spending 30 minutes with me. Much appreciated. It brings you value. Now if I were just singing a song, doing a dance, making jokes, it's not going to bring you value to your day. Unless you're depressed, then you need to laugh and smile, which in that case, I revert back to Jason Adams. He's much funnier than I am. I'm bringing you value. You're learning something right now. If you're watching videos in social media that you're not getting value out of, cut that out of your day, replace it with something that you are getting value. When you're watching the news, when it's just death, murder, drugs, what value is that bringing you? I don't actually watch the news or CNN or NBC or anything like that. I'm watching shows that I'm learning from. I'm subscribed to networks that are bringing me value, teaching me how to do finances, teaching me how to be a better leader, teaching me how to stay up with marketing. What are the newest trends? So I'm replacing the junk food with the health food. Let's look at it like that. The other thing you can do is make a schedule. Okay, let's say this is a little paper calendar. We have every day of the month, or every day of the week on there. What I'll have my new clients to do until the social media is like second nature to them. It's like breathing, to where if you're a real estate agent, you walk into a house and you know that you're going to shoot 3 videos of your 3 favorite rooms. You're going to snap 10 to 15 photos of different angles that are becoming of the house to showcase that at a later time on social media. Until you get it down to that rhythmatic, to where you know exactly what you want to do when you walk into a house, schedule it out. It's just like the grocery list. Until you know that every Friday you go pick this, this, and this up, you have to write it down until it's beaten into your brain. Very similar to education. List it out. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And if you're a restaurant or something open on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And I will do that for literally every week of the month. For a client. I'm past this stage, and you will as well if you follow these steps. So what you basically can do, I'm going to talk to my Meerkat peeps for a minute. Jason Adams also asks, what about Periscope? Periscope is something similar to Meerkat that if you have not jumped on that, check that out as well. It's a live broadcasting app that Twitter just acquired, meaning it's going to be something rolled out within Twitter rather than a separate app. So back to my point, if you are new to social media and you want to get into more of a schedule to where you don't have to, man, I already left my real estate, piece of real estate property, and I forgot to take photos. I forgot to take a video. If you want to get past that, this is what you do. Literally print out a calendar off of either Google Calendars, whatever it is, and try to start with 2 to 3 days a week. 3 is probably my favorite for somebody that has not done it before. It's enough content to keep you rolling, and it's not too much to overload you. So let's say it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to go down every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday throughout the entire month. I'm going to make a note to myself that I'm going to go back to real estate agent again, just for the sake of this conversation. Put it in the context of your profession. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to list out what type of content I want. So Monday, I'm going to showcase my favorite room in one of the listings that I have through photo. On Wednesday, I know that I need to have a virtual tour of a kitchen done in another listing. On Friday, I know I want to push out a 30 to 40 second video blog of the top 3 tips that every home buyer should consider. I'm going to do that every single week. And I'm going to mix it up. So the next Friday I might be, or the next Wednesday, I might do the top 3 tips for first-time home buyers. What you need to consider when buying your first home. And then the next Monday, I might do a quick fact about how you can actually sell your home for more through using a professional real estate agent rather than selling on your own. So the concept is, at the very first day of the month, I literally know every piece of content that I want to create the rest of the month. So there's no more getting to Wednesday and that, oh no moment, I forgot to create my content. You know ahead of time. So that weekend, you can prepare for the content push that you have to get ready for that week. So again, you know, and if you work smart and hard, so you don't always have to shoot something, shoot a photo, shoot a video on your iPhone and post it right that second. If you're, you know, Jason Adams goes on a great film shoot, he might take 30, 40, 50 photos. He might take more, he might take less. But the thing is, he doesn't use them all right then. He corrals a decent amount of content that he can then use when he's maybe sitting at lunch and he has 15 extra minutes that he doesn't want to waste time. He wants to push something out. And it was from last weekend's shoot, and it was a really cool angle of one of his cameras in the light set up behind it. And it's just a really cool visual element that tells the story of what Jason does. But guess what? He already took that photo a week ago, but he has it in his camera roll on his iPhone that now he's found the hole in his day that he can take that content and post it. Until you get to the point where you know you're thinking of yourself as a media company first, then your profession. I'm a media company first, then I'm a social media expert. I'm a media company first, then I'm a lawyer. Meaning I want to push out content relevant to what I do. I want to storytell around my profession. Through that, you're going to gain an audience. You're going to have people looking at you as the expert. So become the media company first. Everybody's a media company. And then they are their insert your profession title here. If I'm a car salesman, I'm a media company first, and then I'm a car salesman. I'm going to tell you the great things about the 2013 Toyota Tundras that you didn't realize that you should know. Things you need to stay away from when buying a used vehicle. Things you should consider when talking to your used car salesman. I'm pushing that type of content out because guess what? Everybody that's on here looking at me as watching the content that I'm giving you, I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm giving content. So when that other advertising agency in town comes to you and tries to tell you about social media or tell you why you should use them for social media, they haven't given you any value. I've told you tips after tip after tip after tip, advice after advice. You're looking at me as an expert because I've pushed out so much content, because I'm a media company first, then a marketing social media website design company. I'm telling you why this is so important. I'm telling you how to fit this into your day. And then when you think of, I need that type of a service, Luke is going to come to mind first. It's going to work the same way in photography. It's going to work the same way in real estate, legal, does not matter what it is. It all works the same way. Become the media company first. But before you can do that, you have to find the time to fit that in. How can you do that? We've talked about auditing your day. Scheduling literally on a hard copy piece of paper your day, in your calendar, on your phone, on your paper, whatever it is, schedule out your month so you know Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I want to have this piece of content created, this piece of content created, this piece of content. We've also talked about going into a home, if you're a real estate agent or whatever your profession is, creating content in advance that you can then use at a later time. So you don't always have to create it and then push it out right at the same time. So we use the example of Jason Adams going on a film shoot and taking photos of his equipment or his subjects that he's filming, not using them right that second, but the next free second that he does find, free 15 minutes that he does find, free minute that he does find, he can push something out. He can go back to his database of content that he's corralled and push that out. There's a couple platforms that are very, very helpful for things like Facebook, things for Twitter. Facebook, you can actually schedule your post to hit when you want it to hit. So if you look at the Impact Marketing Facebook page, after we get off this show, you'll see that right at 1 o'clock, it said, we're live. You have questions about how you can fit social media marketing into your day, click now to watch, or something along those lines. I actually posted that at 10:30 this morning, but I scheduled it to hit right at 1 o'clock. Now, I'm not a big fan of scheduling every single thing in one day, posting all your tweets and your Facebook statuses in one day and then scheduling them to hit throughout the month. But I do like to do that for, let's say I know I'm going to be in a meeting at 2:30 and I want to post something at 2:30. So I'll go ahead and schedule that now to hit at 2:30. You can do the exact same thing on Twitter. You can do the same thing on Facebook. You can do it within the Facebook platform. So when you type your status on your business page in Facebook, you can then either click post, or right next to that, you'll see something that says schedule. You can actually click it to schedule and then have it hit in an hour or 2 hours, or over the weekend if you know you're going to be with your family and you still want a piece of content to go out, you can have it go out at 11 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, whatever you like. There's a really unique and easy to use tool called Hootsuite. Hoot, suite, like a hotel suite. Really, really helpful tool. You can actually schedule your tweets out in advance. You want to be careful with that. We'll talk about that in a quick second. But you can actually schedule your tweets to hit at a later time. So let's say on a Sunday, I want to go ahead and get my content ready for Monday because I know I'm going to be speaking to a couple groups. I'm going to be on a film shoot. I'm going to be coaching a couple social media clients. But I have a lot of content that I want to push out that day. I want to notice that this is Diet Mountain Dew, health conscious. I want to go ahead and get my content ready to push. So on Sunday night, I have 4 things that I want to push out on Twitter. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule those Sunday night to go ahead and get ready and schedule them for Monday. So I'm going to have one to go at 9:30 in the morning for my early risers. I'm going to have one go at noon for those at lunch. I'm going to have one go at 2:30 for those on a late lunch. I'm going to have one go at 6 o'clock at night for those getting off work, and then another one at 9 o'clock at night for those hanging out watching TV. I have them all posted ready to go. The biggest mistake you can make is scheduling all this out and then forgetting about it. Let's all remember here what these platforms are called. It's called social media, not let me spew my knowledge or my junk and then forget to engage with people media. It's social media. So it's, Megan Woods has really colorful shoes on today, and I like them. I tell Megan, hey, I really like your shoes. Where'd you get those from? And Megan says nothing back to me. Well, it's either because she's rude, she's forgotten to say something back, or she's mute. She's forgotten to say something back. That completely defeats the purpose of social media. If I say something to Megan, Megan needs to talk back to me. This is the same concept as social media. You're on there to have a conversation with somebody. It's the cocktail party of the internet. So when you schedule all your content out and say, great, I'm done, I can sit back, I've done my marketing for the day, you're actually dead wrong, and you're just wasting your time. So you might as well not post or schedule anything. You need to schedule this content great. If you can't post it in real time during the day, schedule it out. That's excellent. But you need to remember to check that content. Check it frequently through the day. If it's Mia Margarita, and they have to schedule their post and they forget about it. But then 5 people have commented about how great that pizza looks. What are the reservations look like tonight? Can I get a seat for 11 o'clock tonight? Are there any lunch specials? There's all this conversation going on just waiting to be engaged with. But they forgot because they scheduled it and they said, we're done for the day. You need to schedule those posts if you don't have time to do it in real time. You need to jump back in and have those conversations with people. If they don't interact with you, there's no point being on social media. You need to interact back. If you only get a like on a photo, great, that's a like. If Luke Nestler liked Bodyworks Wellness's photo about how to alleviate neck pain or something along those lines, what John Bennett could do at Bodyworks Wellness is actually jump in. He saw that Luke Nestler liked it, but Luke didn't comment on it. He didn't start a conversation. It was just kind of like he winked at him or something like that. He could jump in and say, Luke, do you have any questions about this? What can I do to be of service? How can I help you understand what we posted a little bit more? You start that conversation for people if they don't ask you a question. Big thing here to take away is make sure that if you schedule your posts, please, please, please do not forget to check for the engagement, because it is all about the engagement. It's the same thing as Rotary. It's the same thing as Chamber After Hours, BNI, any networking chapter. We're not there just to talk out loud and have nobody respond. We're there to build relationships with these people. Because if I can build a relationship with the people watching this show and the people checking it out on Meerkat and the people engaging with me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, if I can talk to them on there, I have a massive advantage over my competitors, because guess what? You do business with those that you know, those that you like, those that bring you value, and those that you can relate to. So if you're not engaging with these people and you're just spewing content, you might as well not be doing social media at all. You need to be having conversations with these people. Check out Hootsuite, H-O-O-T, Suite, like the hotel suite. It's a freemium platform, meaning there's a free version, and then there's a upgraded version. It's like $9 a month if it's an upgraded version. You can also have the app on your phone, so it's a great desktop app. That's where I actually prefer it. But let's say I'm on the road, I'm flying to Austin, Texas, or whatever it may be, Las Vegas, and I need to get something out on Hootsuite. Man, I don't got my computer, but I got my phone. There's a really nice app, as there is on most things. So, big thing, Hootsuite might help you all out a lot. You can actually schedule within Facebook. Audit what you're doing during the day. Take out all the dumb stuff. Don't forget to engage with the people. Create your content in bulk. When you go into if you're a physical therapist and you want to shoot some content in your office, you want to get some environment photos of your team working, you want to get some smiling photos of happy customers that give you consent to take those photos, get it all at once. Try to take 15, 20 minutes one day a month and just shoot as much content as you can on your iPhone, something this big. Do it all at once and then use it as you need that content. You don't have to shoot it, use it. You don't have to shoot it, use it, film it, use it. You can shoot film in 15, 20 minutes and then use all that for a month. That will greatly, greatly help. But the thing is, you have to jump in. You have to get started. Everybody says, not everybody, a lot of people that I've spoke with over the past year and a half have said, Luke, you know what? Social media, my kids are on it. Or I don't really use social media. I don't really like Instagram. That's excellent. Do you like your business? Because if you like your business and you continue to ignore this, you're not going to have your business much longer. This is something that only continues to grow. When a platform like Snapchat comes out of nowhere and under a year gets well over 1 billion followers, that's a billion users. That's an audience of 1 billion people that you're not tapping into. Guess what? There's not 1 billion people watching your television show as consistently as there used to be. This is the next wave. This is the thing that is now. It is something that if your daughter uses Facebook and you don't understand it, instead of just saying, well, it's a toy that my daughter uses, go ask your daughter, how can I post this on Facebook? She probably knows how to do some of it. So don't ignore these tools. They are extremely helpful and extremely critical for the success of your business. I hope today was helpful. I would love to get some questions. If you have something that you would like to suggest for me to talk about next week, please feel free to shoot me an email, tweet me at Luke Nestler Media, or just tweet something and use the hashtag HeyLuke. Instagram, if you're on Instagram, shoot me something on Instagram. Tag me in it, hashtag HeyLuke. Shoot me a message on Facebook. If you have something that you would like to get answered and you feel that could bring you value, feel free to ask that question. I'm here to help. This show is free. It's going to continue to remain free, and it is for business people that want to continue to grow their businesses. Ask your questions, email them to me. And before we go, be sure to check out evolve-conference.com for the Evolve Conference at Lakeview, April 28th. We're going to have about 100 business professionals there that are really excited to engage and learn from marketing training, sales training, leadership training, networking training, and human resource training. We have an awesome crowd of people that are going to be there speaking to you, everybody from Frank Vitale, Dan Kimball, Dr. John Bennett, Melanie Jackson, Sharon Werdebaugh from Align HR. Those girls are absolutely amazing. We have a really, really cool conference lined up that is not a sales pitch. It is something to bring value to my audience, to Jeff's audience, and to the entire Team Impact audience. So be sure to check out evolve-conference.com. If you all have any questions, again, for those hopping back on and for those that I lost over here on Meerkat that just jumped back on, if you have questions, please shoot me an email. It's luke@thinkimpact.com. We had a problem with the Q&A feed today. For some reason, Google is not wanting it to work. The feature's disabled today. So next week, we will have it to where you can actually bump your questions right over here into the chat box, and you can ask them live. So the audience is continuing to grow on here. For the audience on here, if you've not checked out Meerkat, be sure to check that out. It's MEERKAT. It's an app that is free that links directly with Twitter. You'll get a notification anytime we go live. You can watch directly from your phone. And if you're driving, you can turn it on audio only and listen to it that way. So check out Meerkat. We are going to be here next Friday, 1:30 p.m. I'm sorry, 1 to 1:30 p.m. We start at 1. We are done at 1:30. And I look forward to helping you all in the near future and continuing to bring the Hey Luke Show into your office. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, luke@thinkimpact.com, impact with a K. Have a great Easter, and we will see you next time.